Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is January the 8th, 2020. Strong hand, long-term thinking, golden age 2020s. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. In motion, baby. Be a unique beast, offended by selling, having hype. All right, we're going to talk about all of that. Hello, my elite friends. How you doing today? Yes, second show of the day. We'll talk about that first one in a second. Again, if you've got questions, I've got answers. Remember, and I'm going to try to say this slowly because a lot of people don't understand this for some reason. You got to do a super chat or you got to type in Bitcoin Meister and it'll turn colors and then I'll see it. When I'm doing the show, I'm not reading your chat the whole time. It catches my eye when it turns a color. Okay. Do you get it? You get it? I'm doing a show right now, so I'm not reading your chat the whole time. That's why if you've got a question, you type in something like that. All right. If you're watching this taped, you're just laughing and you're playing this at 2x, hopefully, because that is very efficient when you do that. Yes, This Week in Bitcoin will be at 4 p.m. Baltimore time, 4 p.m. New York time on Friday. Again, we do a new show here every day. Every Friday is This Week in Bitcoin. Hey, sometimes you get 8 shows a week like this week and last week. This week at 4 p.m. And that is, 9 p.m. in London and 1 p.m. in Los Angeles Friday. We're going to have Brad Mills on. He'll be new. We're going to have Simon from the Netherlands. He's going to be new. And we'll have Jeff Andrew. He won't be new. You've seen him before. Okay. And okay, I reminded everybody that we're getting closer to the halving. And I want to remind everyone, for you fiat freaks out there, I think there was a time earlier today that Bitcoin was up $1,500 on the year. Because again, the year, it's been 8 days now. And so did the charts predict Trump's speech? Did the charts predict Iran? Again, this is why you don't play those games, people. You just hold it and you enjoy the freaking ride. You never know. You never know when it's coming. It's not worth it to do the trading stuff. And we're going to get into that in 1 second. I want to go further into this Iran thing, though. And Jeff Dorman had a very good take on this. I had his buddy David Nage on my show before. Best guest in the freaking space. Pound that like button. Check out the archives at disruptmeister.com or techbalt.com. TECHBALT. Remember that. That's me on Twitter. And where you can watch all the old This Week in Bitcoin shows. But he says, okay, Bitcoin reacting to Iran up and down is a very encouraging sign for Bitcoin. It means every non-crypto investor can now believe with confidence that long-term Bitcoin is uncorrelated, but short-term can still act as a VIX/oil/gold substitute. Expanded playbook equals more overall interest. In 2011 and 2012, smart investors that expected double-dip recession and European bank failures bought gold and the VIX and Spain/Italy CDs stocks. None worked. Those same investors can now buy Bitcoin because it has the same world is ending upside, but also comes with tech upside. Win-win. So I like this take. There are always going to be guys, when things look like they're going bad, they want to jump into something that they think is going to protect them. And he gave examples in the past: gold, oil, the VIX, Spain, Italy, CDs. Well, now they clearly are jumping into Bitcoin at these times, short term. And then when the situation resolves itself, they jump back out. And it's great that that option is out there. It's an expanded playbook for these type of people. Now, would I do what these people do? Heck no. But that's what they do. That's their business. That's They like when things go bad, they like to diversify into safe assets. And now Bitcoin is clearly on the table. If they want to use Bitcoin that way, I'm not complaining. I can't stop them. That's the beauty of Bitcoin. So I thought that was a very positive take on what may have been going on. I mean, we don't have 100% proof, but I mean, people were making charts, graphs, like with the time when Trump made a speech, it went down again. When the missiles went flying, it went up. Okay. Hey, speculators are going to do what they're going to do. Let them do what they're going to do. For me, I'm just watching that fiat price go up and down. I just got a big smile on my face because I know we're one day closer to an all-time high, and I still, my one Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. I didn't sell any of my Bitcoin, and it's moving along with that fiat price, whatever they want to do in whatever country. Okay, and here's a good reminder of holding like me. Use Bitcoin like Satoshi Nakamoto. Hold it. Good. Thank you, BitDove. And you're right. Satoshi Nakamoto, who's probably deceased, he's holding his Bitcoin. He doesn't trade it when things happen in Iran and Iraq. Okay, guys. A lot of you told me to get on the BitChute. I'm on BitChute now. Bitcoin Meister on BitChute. It's linked to below. So, yeah. Great. Will any of you actually watch it over there? No. But that's the funny thing. You got to get on BitChute. You got to get on BitChute. So I get on BitChute knowing all the people that say get on BitChute, they don't watch it. But fine. Again, if something ever goes wrong with YouTube again, there'll be another place you can watch it. And again, always go. If for some reason it's not on YouTube, well, first of all, disruptmeister.com. You can watch all my old shows. But you can go to my Facebook page. You can go to the Steam It page, Bitcoin Meister. And I always will post the show there, whether it be on Facebook or BitChute or YouTube. But when things are going normally, it's YouTube, and I just retweet the YouTube one or repost the YouTube one, retweet it also. And again, on Twitter, if I ever fall off of YouTube, I'll tweet out wherever it's at, wherever the show is at. There's going to be a new show every day, even if YouTube kicks me off or whatever, it goes down for a day or whatever happens. I'll find a way to post the show somewhere. So speaking of posting shows and my archives, I did my first in a new series today. It's called the Road to a $1 trillion Bitcoin market cap. And it goes over, past bumps and drama and issues that we've lived through that looked really big at the time, but now we look back and laugh on. So today's show was 15 minutes. And it summed up an interview I did on March 23rd, 2017 with King of the Trolls. And if you watch the video that I posted today, you can click below there and you can watch the whole 45-minute video of King of the Trolls. And if you really want to, your attention span is nothing, link to below is the tweet of the 2-minute clip from the show that you can retweet. Go ahead and retweet it. Please retweet it. But it's funny. At the time that I recorded the original show back on March 23rd, and King of the Trolls is still saying the same exact things. Bitcoin is slow, Bitcoin is expensive, and people still repeat that same thing over. They're blind followers. It's not expensive. It's cheap as anything to send it. It's ridiculous. But I mean, he repeats the same thing over and over again. But he knows by doing that, it works. There are many blind followers out there. And there are some guys even today that commented on the video. They're like, oh, he's so right. Oh, my God. If you watch this video and you actually understand what's going on, he is so wrong. And he got his way with Bcash. Everything he dreamed of in that video, he got with Bcash. And it's who uses Bcash? What's Bcash's price? What's the total market cap of all of crypto? What's the Bcash dominance? The market has spoken. And I said in that video that the market would speak. I set up that interview as a long-term thinker. I knew the questions I was asking him in the long term, it would look like he was a fool. Like he looks currently. I don't think King of the Trolls is a fool. I think he was doing very well for himself. He wanted to win. He wanted it his way or the highway, and he'll say anything. And he knows the way to be persuasive to these 80%ers is to say the same thing over and over and over again. As wrong as it is now, he still says the same things over and over again. And you can see in the comments that a few people still believe him. They're still going to, again, there are people out there, they just believe anything that is repeated to them many, many times. And someone says, I'm Satoshi Nakamoto. He says it many times. People believe him. People say, buy this worthless crypto dividend. They buy a worthless crypto dividend, even though they could have gotten it for free. It's just, there's a certain personality type, a certain mindset out there, a follower, a blind follower mindset. And well, anyway, watch the video. It's a classic, very entertaining stuff, and it's 15 minutes, so you don't have to have a long attention span. And I think a lot of you who weren't around then, you'll see, you'll kind of get a taste of the fear that he was trying to spread back then. He was really trying to spread the fear that, if we don't fix this now, Bitcoin's going to be terrible. And no, there was no fork. There was no bigger block size for Bitcoin then. They were patient. They waited a few months for SegWit. They did not do a hard fork. He got his hard fork, and look at the results. And he asked me, do you use Bitcoin? And I said, I save Bitcoin. He's like, well, do you use it? Spend it. And what kind of moron spent Bitcoin back then when it was worth 1/8 of what it's worth now? Okay. So if I would have given in to peer pressure and spent my Bitcoin, I would have 8x'd my wealth, more than 8x'd my wealth. Okay. It was worth like $1,000 back then. And of course I've gotten I got his darn crypto dividend for free since then. Okay. So it's what I said back then. It's a savings account. You're darn right. It's been the 2.5 years that have passed since then. Have people been spending cryptocurrency, or have been people trading cryptocurrency and using Bitcoin as a store of value? What's been going on? Who was correct? Watch the video. Who was correct? Okay, I was correct. And if you don't understand that from watching the video, because a lot of people don't understand that from watching, or a few people don't understand that from watching the video, because he keeps saying the same wrong thing over and over and over again. But again, this is where the big boys play. If you're going to fall for King of the Trolls hypnosis, then go buy yourself some Bcash and pick your nose, I guess. I don't know what to say. You didn't 8x your value. You didn't become 8 times wealthier, over 8 times wealthier since that day, like some of us have. All right. Now, what do we have here? I talked. It's linked to below. Watch it. It's very entertaining. I've talked way too much about this show today. Hey, I 2 shows in a day. Pound that freaking like button. Now, here's a real life lesson somebody sent me about, trying to be. This guy is a good guy. He's a real guy. He's a nice guy. He was trying to do something legitimate. He deals with the Abra app, okay, and he's dealing with these stable coins, and he's dealing with his bank account. And you know what I say? Don't even get into that stuff. Just buy your Bitcoin and put it on your Trezor. Because when you add these extra steps and when you add these extra coins to the process, you can make mistakes. And here I'm going to share a mistake that he wanted me to share with everyone. And he's a nice guy. He wants people to learn. I mistakenly sent US dollar coin to my Abra US dollar wallet. Okay, so US dollar coin is a stable coin. His Abra US dollar wallet is for United States dollars. And it was a decent amount, he said. They can't reverse it. And I can see how they can't reverse that. I understand where they're, but he asked, this happened a little while ago, but he did ask me some advice. And I said, dude, you got to beg them to reimburse you. But I think it's technically impossible. He said, yeah, that's basically what they said to him. So stay in Bitcoin and keep it under your control. All right. So he was in US dollar coin. He had it under his control for a second, but he sent it to Abra, but he sent it to the wrong place and it was lost forever. And he lost his wealth because he wasn't valuing his wealth in Bitcoin. So that is a real thing. And some of you say, well, how could anyone make such a mistake? It's the same way people make mistakes in Bitcoin to Bcash addresses, Ethereum to Ethereum Classic addresses. It looks the same. USDC, USD. visual tricks. It happens. People make mistakes. That's why you want to keep it simple. That's why you don't want to move it around and play games and spend it and do this, that, and the other. I'm offended by selling. I'm offended by saying that. People don't like that term, offended by selling. There's a reason I say it, because I don't want people to make mistakes like this. All right, pound that like button. Okay, we got people in the chat, but nobody typed in Bitcoin Meister, so I see Rocky's in there though. Hello, Rocky and John. We got California people in there because they're the only people awake, and Barry is in New Zealand because it's like a completely different day over there. How you guys doing? All right. So IRS, I'm going to talk about this IRS situation more on Saturday's Beyond Bitcoin show, but I'm going to tie it into Bitcoin right now, into the traders and the people who are going back and forth on Coinbase and other people that just do things privately. All right. Where people do, there's ways of doing crypto to crypto changes privately, et cetera, et cetera. So the IRS personal income tax audits dropped to the lowest level in a decade. Baruch Hashem. Just 0.45% of individuals were audited in 2019, following years of budget cuts. Oh, thank you. The IRS audited, because IRS is a terrible organization. So I am thanking God that their budget is going down the tubes and they can't hire as many people. I think that's great. I don't know why anyone in the right mind would work for such an evil institution, but hey, people that's their personal responsibility if they feel like they want to work for that organization. All right, the IRS audited 0.45% of personal income tax returns in fiscal 2019, down from 0.59% in 2018, and marking the 8th straight year of decline, according to a report released Monday. In 2010, the IRS audited 1.1%. This is all from a Wall Street Journal article, it's linked below, of tax returns. The steady erosion of tax enforcement has been driven by years of cuts in the agency's budget, Baruch Hashem, along with a heavier workload. Good, let them work harder. I wish they weren't working harder, and they're not working very hard. We're going to get to that in a second. In Monday's report, the IRS said that the agency had lost almost 30,000 full-time positions since fiscal 2010 in areas including enforcement and criminal investigation. It now has about 70,000 workers and has been hiring over the past year. But the agency also projects that up to 31% of workers will retire within the next 5 years. Oh, that's great. Okay, so what's that mean for Bitcoin? Well, it's clear, since they're losing workers and they're not getting in as many audits, that they just don't have the manpower or the time to get really complex into things. They're going to go for the big, easy targets, okay? So if Coinbase is giving them a bunch of social security numbers, well, they're going to do a spreadsheet, see what Coinbase told them, see what those social security numbers told them, see if it matches up. That's something really easy that they can do. Those are very easy targets. These traders that are trading with their social security number, it's real easy. It's real easy for them to do that. But are they going to be hiring new crypto people when they're having budget cuts? Are they going to all of a sudden open a Bitcoin division, a cryptocurrency division? Are they all of a sudden going to start training everybody into, what's a fork and what's a this and what's a that and what's a decentralized exchange and how can we investigate this decentralized exchange, or how can we investigate an atomic swap somebody did or whatever? What do you think? What do you think they're going to do? Are they going to go for the easy traders, or are they going to start bugging with holders that did stuff privately that they don't even understand? Okay, it is great. It is just great for the world that they are cutting staff. They're not doing as many audits, and it's clear that, to me, that they've got to bring in a certain amount of revenue each year. They'll go for the easy targets, and I don't think it's people are quitting over there, which is great. They're government workers. Are they going to want to learn about cryptocurrency, or they want to go the extra mile? They're going to go the easy way. And again, I'm not saying cryptocurrency is immune to this. No, not at all. I mean, Coinbase some of these traders that have given over their social security numbers, these are very easy targets, very easy to be audited if the IRS chooses. But for all these people that ask me questions about B diamond or B gold, guys, you judge. I mean, make your own decisions based on that information I just shared from that article. Okay. I mean, if you're Joe Schmo that claimed 6 B gold, you mean you did it? you did it with your Trezor or something like that. I mean, is the IRS watching you, or are they watching the 25-year-old that bought the Lambo and is going back and forth on Coinbase and Bittrex and Bitfi, everything with their social security number? Who's going to get the call? Now, with the depleted staff over there. So here's some news from January 3rd. Oh, wait. Oh, here, before I go to that January 3rd news that I hadn't covered yet, from France, actually. And we're going to talk more about the IRS thing on Saturday, but from a different perspective. Here's a tweet from Jameson Lopp. For all you people who like to give out your Bitcoin to organizations that say they're going to give you interest, and of course you give them your social security number too, by the way. What's the name of the one that everybody likes to give their Bitcoin to? Was it gives them interest? I mean, you best be reporting that. I'm telling you right there. That's real easy for the IRS. But there's owning Bitcoin, and then there's owning promises of Bitcoin. Some promises are stronger than others. That is from Jameson Lopp. And that is a really good way of looking at it. You can control your own private key, own your Bitcoin, own your Trezor, or on your ledger, or on a paper wallet, whatever, or on the thing that JW is creating that is linked to below that I'm going to talk about in a second, his Yeti, cold Yeti, or whatever it's called. Or you can own a promise of Bitcoin. Now, some promises are stronger than others. Okay, that's true in life. A crackhead will promise you to pay him. You lend the crackhead $20. He promises he's going to pay you back. He's not going to pay you back, but he promised. His promise isn't very good. So with most banks, they're going to pay you back. With most, sometimes you think. I mean, that's a promise. With maybe that company that I forget the name of that gives you interest on your Bitcoin, maybe they're going to pay you back. Maybe it's just a promise. So I'd rather have the real thing in front of me than a promise. I got to figure out if this promise is stronger than other promises. But it is true, some promises are stronger than others. Like, again, the Winklevi brothers, their promise is better than some ego coin guy or what's the big I forgot it now. BitConnect is better than BitConnect, obviously, because BitConnect stole everybody's money. All right, so January 3rd, this is news, and maybe you've heard this before. I just heard it. French bank shuts down customer account over mild criticisms. So Societe Generale, butchered that, didn't I? Baltimore accent. Pound that like button. I'm no Frenchie. Closed 3 accounts for one customer after she tweeted that its queues were too long. Okay, and it seems to be a true story. So this is like social media revenge by the banks. And I guess they could do that if they want to do that. And I never thought, well, I hadn't really given it much thought, but maybe this will be a trend in the future. You got to be good to your bank on social media, okay? Because now a lot of companies, you shame them, they give in to you immediately. You had a bad plane ride, they'll give you a free ticket. Who knows? Lots of different things. Your mattress was bad, they give you a free mattress if you shame them on Twitter. But we can see with banks, maybe in the future, they're going to go this route. Like someone complains, we don't want them as a client anymore. And that's, maybe there'll be social media revenge by the banks. Maybe that'll be a new thing. And let them do that, because there is no social media revenge in Bitcoin. If you have Bitcoin, you can't be cut. You can't be, all of a sudden, they can't take it away and can't say you have an account anymore. Because there is no they. There's only you. There's only you when you control your own private key. unless you get into that promise thing. And again, if you go, by the 2030, Societe Generale probably will have a Bitcoin bank also. And if you shame them on social media, they'll take your Bitcoin. How about that one for you? So that is an interesting development. Hey, have any of you ever been to Kigali, Rwanda before? I heard it's like the safest city in Africa. And I'm interested in it. If any of you have ever been there, send me a DM at TechBalt, or you can email me to adam@trezorhelp.com. I'm not saying I'm going to Kigali. My main question, precautions did you take for malaria, if any? Because they do have mosquitoes there. I'm not a big fan of that. I probably will never go because they have, but I want to know for people who've really been there before, because it's a big developing city. It interests me. It interests me. Kigali, Rwanda. I mean, I've been to definitely more when I went to Mozambique, to whatchamacallit in Mozambique, Maputo in Mozambique. That wasn't developing very much. They were on the downtrend. Kigali is on the upswing. I mean, it's safe. Maputo, not safe. But I was there, and I was fearing I was definitely fearing the mosquitoes when I was there. I have some funny stories. One of the guys there wanted to hang out at nighttime. I'm like, just take me back to my place. I do not want to be outside at nighttime. He's like, no, Adam, you do not understand the mosquitoes. Like, no, I don't want to be with these mosquitoes. I don't want malaria or the other one that you can get, dengue. That makes me worry when I hear those things. I'm not gambling on that stuff. I'm not a gambler, am I? Pound that like button. But hey, CoinDesk has this article. 10 million Bitcoin haven't moved in more than a year. The highest since 2017. Dude, that is music to my freaking ears. There are only 18 million Bitcoin out there. 10 million didn't move in 2019. That is awesome. Now the Bitcoin that is moving, some of it's moved like millions and millions, going back and forth on these exchanges, blah, 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 blah. Okay, people are going to do what they're going to do, but it's great. The holders of last resort, hey, it's spreading. Now, obviously, not all these people are holders of last resort, but hey, it's a savings account. It's not what King of the Trolls, that statistic alone shows that people don't want to spend it on coffee, okay? You can spend it on coffee if you want to, okay? I'm not saying not to do it. I'm just saying it looks real bad when you look back and like, hey, yeah, I spent $50 on that coffee. Oh, whoa, why did I do that? In a few years, you're like, oh, I could have bought a car with that coffee I got in 2015. Yeah. All right, but hey, do what you're going to do. And hey, if you want to talk to Adam Meister, crypto consultation, you can email me at adam@trezorhelp.com. We can set that up. We can talk about anything. Fun times had by all. All right, so let's talk about J.W. Weatherman, who has been on the show many times. Best guest in the freaking space are on this show. You get Bitcoin insider information here, baby. You better believe it. He tweeted this out. I retweeted it. For all you freaks that don't want to deal with Trezors and want to go complex like JW and Trace talk about, well, he's got something for you. RC1 of YetiCold.com is released. Many major improvements to the UX. That means you are up and testing within 10 minutes. And we greatly reduce hardware required to two $50 laptops. Bitcoin Core Offline is the gold standard of Bitcoin, and this makes it cheap and easy. All right. So if you want to experiment with that, he's got it over there. It's tweeted below. It's linked to the tweet is linked to below. You can DM him. You can go to the YetiCold.com site to see what he's talking about. Finally, the song of the day, and I think I shared this a long time ago. Take Me On Take On Me. Take On Me. I think that's it. By Aha. It's from the 80s. If you ever go to an 80s dance party, in the 2010s or in the 2000s or whenever you went to an 80s dance party, you probably heard it before. Play it. It's linked to below. Puts a smile on your face. Makes you want to go dance. Okay, that's it, dudes. Someone said, saw your interview and it was great, dude. Just got in the stream. Hi, everyone. Well, dude, thank you very much. OJ Punk. OJ Punk. OJ? I'll see you in Brentwood, OJ. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, this Rough Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the links below. Pound that like button, tweet this out, retweet the stuff I had below, watch the earlier show, bang the bell button. I'll see you tomorrow. New show here every day. Thanks a lot, guys. Strong hand.